Assalamu alaikum. Distinguished leaders of the ahmadiyya Muslim community of Canada, distinguished guests who find themselves on this stage, ladies and gentlemen, I am absolutely pleased and honored to have this opportunity to be with you. In fact, Finance Minister Sabera, this is the second occasion I've joined this convention in my capacity as Premier, and I am so pleased to be able to return. And it's always great, in particular, to see so many families here. And I want to thank you. You know, I'm a Premier, and I have heavy responsibilities in that regard. But my most important responsibility in life is as a father. Terry and I are raising 4 children. I want to thank you as parents for understanding the value of your faith and impressing that upon your children. It's a matter of enlightened self-interest for me as an Ontarian, as a Canadian. The fact is that the Ahmadiyya Muslim movement enriches us here in every sense of the word. I am very pleased to have this opportunity. You know, premiers are called upon to perform all kinds of tasks, assume all kinds of responsibilities. Some of those are entirely unexpected. And I'll tell you a little story. I was once out shopping for groceries with my wife, Terry. And I was working my way down an aisle in the grocery store, and there was an elderly woman at the other end who obviously recognized me, and furthermore, was lying in wait. So as I approached her, she says to me, "Mr. McGuinty, there's something I need you to do for me." So I'm thinking it's probably related to health care or taxes or the cost of energy. So finally I worked up the courage and I said, "Ma'am, how can I help you?" You know what she said? She said, "Get me the cookies on the top shelf, please." I've never felt more useful as a Premier than I did on that particular occasion. I want to congratulate everyone who has devoted themselves to making this conference the tremendous success it has been for 31 years now. That is truly a remarkable achievement. And congratulations to our new president, Mr. Lal Malik. Thank you, Mr. Malik, for taking on your new responsibilities. And I must tell you, sir, I look forward to working with you. I also want to thank my friend Naseem Ahmadi, not only for all the work he's done in this community, but for the wisdom and friendship he has shared with me these last few years. And Naseem, thank you. Naseem tells me he's been involved with this conference for 22 years, which means he started at the age of 10, I assume. Life has been good to this man. I want to thank Naseem for all his efforts to promote a better, deeper understanding between your community and the broader Ontario community. I also want to commend Naseem and everybody for their leadership and guidance of some of the young award winners who are also being honored here today. And I considered it a real privilege just a few moments ago to sit there and listen to passionate, inspired Canadians speak to us about their love for their country on this wonderful Canada Day.
Nare Takbir! Canada! Canada! Canada!
You know, as we gather here to celebrate Canada's 140th birthday, I've got to tell you, it is pretty amazing to look out from where I'm standing and see so many Canadians and visitors to Canada, Muslims and non-Muslims alike, sitting together, side by side, all journeying toward the same goal. All here to learn more about the community and religion that is Islam. It's a great testament to the power of faith to build up and bind people together in a community of love. It's also a real reflection of your motto, which I see hanging on the wall over there: love for all, hatred for none. And that reminds me of something that one of Canada's great prime ministers said a long time ago, Sir Wilfrid Laurier. He said the following: "It is to our glory that hatreds have ended on Canadian soil. There is no longer any family here but the human family. It matters not what language the people speak or at which altars they kneel. There is glory in this fraternity of which Canada can never be proud enough. Mighty nations indeed may well come to us to seek a lesson in justice and humanity. So I'm here today on behalf of 13 million Ontarians to thank you, each and every one of you, for the important work that you do to help us all live up to this noble Canadian ideal. Thank you for bringing a better understanding of the Islamic culture and faith to all of us. And sometimes, despite our very best efforts to build the most inclusive, most enlightened, most welcoming place in the world, our faith in humanity is sometimes shaken. You may have heard by now of the story of a Muslim woman and members of her bridal party who were detained at the American border, handcuffed, questioned for hours, and refused permission to enter the U.S. A routine shopping trip turned into an incident that has many questioning how Canadian citizens are treated at the border. I was so disturbed by this that when I read about it in the newspaper, I picked up the phone and phoned the Prime Minister of Canada, Prime Minister Harper. I've been assured by the Prime Minister that he will follow up on this incident to ensure that all Canadian citizens are dealt with fairly and without prejudice. If we are to have any hope of ensuring equality and dignity for all, we must work together to shine a bright light on incidents such as these. And we must always stand up for one another. I think the most important lessons in life